Hello, Sensei Cisco here, Sensei Martial Arts. And today's snapshot lesson, we're going to take a look at the 10th Kyu White Belt Blue Stripe techniques. Now these are our striking defense in each program, whether it be basic, intermediate, or advanced. We have a set of techniques that we're looking to develop through the 3 ranks that are inclusive to that level. For basic class, this includes our deflective blocks, Jodan Uke, Chudan Uke, Ura Chudan Uke, and Gedan Uke. Now the way we frame these together are first the coordination of set and then block. So how do we create our shield before delivery? For the 9th Kyu Yellow Belt level, how do we add in our footwork for Shikirachi and Zenkutsu for mobility in these actions? And then finally, at the 8th Kyu Orange Belt level, we took a look at how this works with a partner, timing the strikes with an offensive motion. Now today, we're going to take a look at just that first level, white belt, and without further ado, let's see what we got. All right, now we're going to first set up in our Shikirachi position. Now for Shikirachi, we want our feet about elbows width apart, and you can always check this by dropping one knee a fist away from your heel. So you place a fist behind your heel here, put your knee to the end of that, and then create live toes on the other end. This will create a space of one fist and a shank towards the ball of your foot. We then rise on the ball of that foot, turning the heel in, and then sit in the center until our knees reach our toes. This is a strong Shikirachi stance. Shoulders are back, chest is out, and we perform a set of punches and blocks, looking at how we set them up before each strike. First, let's take a look at the punches. Here, we're going to place one fist forward with our first 2 knuckles pointed. Those are make a peace sign, draw it down, and it's these knuckles we're going to look to point. We're going to place that in the center of our chest. When we punch, we draw till our pinkies, the knuckles of the pinky, come close to touching. We don't want to hit ourselves, but rather about the distance of a sheet of paper. We want these to be very close so we can line up and draw to change the fist position to the other hand. So we touch, push and pull, touch, push and pull. For a side view, we're looking to do the same thing, but now you can pay attention to where your elbows are. So we're looking for the elbows to come in contact with the front of our chest before the switch. This way our fists meet at the midpoint and ahead of us. Meet and press. And there we have our punches. Next up, let's take a look at Jodan Uke. For Jodan Uke, we're going to place the block with our knuckles now even with our temple on the side of our head. This way, the front half of our forearm, right here, will be placed in front of our forehead. And we're looking about 2 to 3 fingers away from your face. Now I say 2 to 3 fingers because some of our fingers are a little thicker. So if you have thicker, kind of meaty hands, go with the 2. But if you're like me and you have thinner hands, go with the 3. So we're not looking to reach out, but draw it just in front of the face. Now the draw we're going to look for here is to drop the elbow. So we're vertical in front of the face, the first 2 knuckles even with your nose. We'll then draw the new blocking hand to the outside, sliding up like a letter T, and then when the wrists meet, we draw them apart for the switch. Drop, draw to the wrist, and switch. Drop, draw, switch. Drop, draw, switch. And we have our Jodan Uke. We will drop, T to lift. Drop, T to lift. Side view, drop, T to lift. Drop, T to lift. Next we have Chudanuke, chest block. Here we're going to make what sort of looks like an X position with our arms. Now, the Chudanuke itself is going to place our wrist even with the shoulder, the knuckles almost up to the jawline. So we're looking primarily for that wrist to be even with the outside shoulder. Our elbow is drawn in, even with our side. So if we drop the hand down, it would simply fall to our side. Now, for the block, we're going to take that striking hand, bring it across the body, with the new hand drawing out, going from the elbow up. Again, just like Jodan with the slide, we're going to slide across the arm until the wrists meet, and then break it apart. Fold over, fold out, and switch. Over, out to the X, and switch. For our side view, be over, out in front, and switch. So our blocking hand will always be on the outside edge. And there we have Chudanuke. Level with the outside shoulder, X, draw to switch. X, draw to switch. X, draw to switch. X, draw to switch. Your lead elbow is one fist away from your chest. Third, we have our Ura Chudanuke, or inside block. And here we're going to take a look at the fist now coming to the opposite shoulder. So if outside block has the wrist even with the same side shoulder, inside block is going to draw it to the opposite. You also notice the elbow is in front of the solar plex. In fact, the distance we're going to look at is one fist in front. So we have a fist of space between our elbow and our arm, and our wrist lines up with the shoulder. When we draw, we'll drop the hand level with our solar plex, sort of pushing down. The new blocking hand will come up, bringing the elbow even with our knuckles to create what looks like a letter L. We can then pull this across the body to the chambers. Drop and lift, pull across. Drop and lift, pull across. 1 to 2. For a side view, and draw. L to draw. L to draw. Now you'll notice I'm not hugging this tight to me. I'm letting my arms hang out in front of my body to come in front. Up and across. And then we have Ura, drawing across. Wrist even with the shoulder. Drop and lift, pull across. L to draw. L to draw. L to draw. L to draw. But finally, our fourth block is Geidan Uke, or low block. Here, we're going to set the first two knuckles pointing towards the target, just like if we were throwing a punch. Only now, I want those above my knee. The wrist will be even with your hip. Another way you can check this is place the opposite hand with your pinky on your knee and extend it out as wide as you can to open that thumb. Place your wrist on top, and we have a solid distance. This should now make your wrist even with your hip and your hand above the knee. To set up our shield, we're going to draw a cross pointing to the opposite side. Take the new blocking hand up to the bicep, and then slide down your straight arm to the wrist before drawing apart and finishing the block. Point, fold, slide to pop. Point, fold, slide to pop. For our side view, point, fold, slide to block. Point, fold, slide to block. And then we have our Geidan low to the knee, fold to sweep, fold to sweep, fold to sweep, fold to sweep. And this concludes the white belt blue stripe material for Sensei martial arts. Again, what we're looking for is a demonstration of squat punches and 4 blocks. Jodan uke, chudan uke, ura chudan uke, and gedan uke. All together, we should be able to do, or what we will be looking for on your examination, are 10 strikes of each type while maintaining a shikadachi throughout. So the end result should look as such. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jodan uke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chudan uke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ura chudan uke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gedan uke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that concludes our explanations and presentation for 10th Kyu White Belt Blue Striking Stripe. Be sure to review this routine, practice it regularly, and add to it any qualifiers or advice that your sensei has given to you. This way you can not only make it your own, but make sure that it is part of the school and style that your senseis prioritize. All right, until next time, thank you very much for joining us. Arigatou gozaimasu, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.